Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your monthly reading for June 2025. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in, Taurus. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I'm going to break it down week by week. I'll tell you some more aspects. We'll pull more cards. And then we'll do the second spread. But Taurus, I hope that you are in celebration mode. This is an exciting month. This is the luckiest month of the entire year. Okay. You deserve it. This has been, listen, I told you last week, right? I talked about 2025. Think about 2025. We had back to back retrogrades, we had double retrogrades, we had eclipses, we had the changing of the nodes. Even Jupiter was retrograde until February and didn't even go, it left shadow in May. So remember, everything that's been happening, it's not like nothing happened for you, right? It's just with all those energies, there could have been some delays. There could have been a little bit of confusion, fogginess, a little bit of, those intense energies that we went through. It's gone. It's gone now. Out of mid May. There's none of that. Okay? Pluto's the only planet that's retrograde, but that's the most outermost planet. It didn't even get any light. It gets no sunlight. All right, so anyway, that's just you doing going within. Anyway, big month. Okay? And I want you to get really excited. What's happening for you is amazing. All right, so buckle up. This is an epic month. It is truly life-changing when you see okay, I'm going to tell you everything that's happening, all right? Just make sure you got some popcorn, get a Diet Coke, whatever you need, all right? Get comfortable. June is going to be that launch pad for your new era that you've been seeking. And I told you in your annual forecast, your 2025 overview, I said last year, Taurus, you're about to experience some things here, this right now, that you never have in your life and you never will again. Okay? Why? Because Pluto, like I said, we've talked about Pluto, freshly new in Aquarius. Okay? First time in 250 years. And then the past few weeks, Saturn and Neptune together conjoined in Aries. That's big. First time in 320 years. You see Jupiter is changing signs this month. The planet of good fortune and expansion and profit and luck and optimism. Yeah, that's a big deal. And it's not because Jupiter's changing signs. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, where it does its best out of all the signs for all the signs. So you see, this is a month, and I'm not done. I'm not even halfway done. I can give you 40,000 reasons why this is such a memorable, unforgettable month. You know that the sun is changing signs, right? We're going to hit the solstice. So obviously the moon changes signs every month, right? The moon's going to be in your sign, obviously. Mercury is changing signs. Venus is changing signs. Mars is changing signs. You throw in Jupiter, yeah. That's a lot of planets changing signs. What I just say about Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto just freshly changing signs just recently, that's all of them. That's all of them. This is a big month, all right? And remember, a lot of these planets are bearing gifts, okay? And yeah, the big one, I didn't even bring up Uranus yet, right? Uranus wasn't even part of that. But guess what's happening the first week of July? Uranus will be changing signs. First time in 84 years. Uranus is finally leaving your sign, where you're going to be very excited. So do you see that, by the way, is the fourth of the four outer planets changing signs in this compact, compressed period of time that just happens to overlap in June, right? All the planets, okay? 2025, I told you it's going to be a year that nobody on Earth has ever seen. We're not even halfway through the year. June is going to be gangbusters. Okay, Taurus, I want you to get really excited. Throw in the fact that, we get these rare once a year aspects, like the luckiest aspects every year. They all happen to fall in June this year. You see that we have a Jupiter ruled full moon, one of the luckiest full moons of the year. And as you know by now, the new moon in Cancer at the end of June one of the best new moons of the year. It's conjuncting Jupiter. When was the last time you saw that? Okay, so truly unforgettable month. Okay, and you've been going through. Listen, you speaking of Jupiter, you had Jupiter sextile Chiron. You got Jupiter with the nodes, and that I'm going to just tell you, Taurus, you're my last one. Okay, you know I'm going. You know I'm going to see my family. That's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt. You're my last sign. Okay, I'll tell you. I was going to save this. Jupiter with the North Node, right? Your destiny, your mission statement. Jupiter trining the nodes. That hasn't happened since the late 1800s. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Yeah, you feel it now, but you're really going to feel it in August. You're really going to feel it in September. So do you see when I talk about this ramp up, okay, for what's happened for you? Remember, you got the North Node in Pisces, your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, and long-term goals and dreams. Taurus, when I say, yeah, you almost made me. Okay, so, well, let's just keep going. Just know everything that's happening now has brought you to this moment, okay? This is it. Remember, life is a miracle, and you're going to see that very clearly this month with Jupiter, all right? Jupiter, which is going to be front and center. And yeah, I'll walk you through everything. All right. Well, two things here. Yeah, it is the luckiest month, but it doesn't mean there aren't going to be lucky months later. All right. You saw me go off that list. I'm not even halfway done. I got a lot more to tell you about Jupiter and June. All right. So June is just up here. So it's a great month, but with that said, too, just because it is the luckiest month doesn't mean there's challenging aspects. All right, so we'll walk through those too. I just want you to know, Taurus, June will be your magic carpet ride. The universe is going to provide the magic. You got to bring your carpet, okay? You got to make your carpet, and you're going to be set. Now, the other thing is, June is such a bonkers month. I'm only going to go over the highlights because there's 30 major aspects. I'm not even including the planetoids and the asteroids. It's bonkers. So here's what I did for you. I did a June astrology overview live stream. All right. I'll leave it at the end of this video or the description box because a lot of the things that I say there, that's a long video too. That's how big June is. Okay. A lot of the things that I say there, I'm not going to bring up here. All right. I just can't. There's just too much happening. And even in your weekly forecast to come, I'm not going to bring them up because it's just a lot of them actually happen in the first. But there's just something big happening for you. Okay. And I'll just tell you one thing from that. You see how Jupiter's moving into Cancer on June 9th? That means Jupiter's still in Gemini, right? The first 9 days. What does that mean? Jupiter is going to be in Gemini at 29 degrees. What did I say about Jupiter leaving parting gifts at 29 degrees in your second house of money, income, salary, finances, money. Big. All right. So just check out that video. It's really, there's so much information for you to, take notes and, all right, let's get started. Actually, look, when we get started, June 1st, not even on the whiteboard. Yeah, I think I told you this last week. And I really want you to pay attention to this. We have that triple conjunction with Venus, Chiron, and Eris, Mars' sister. That's rare. You got, so yeah, Venus is your ruling planet. So who does that affect? A lot? You. So again, look at that video and please pay attention to the first week because I told you in your live stream, I think I just mentioned it too. I am finally going to see my family. I'm very excited for an entire week. Therefore, I'm skipping the first week, okay, of your forecast, and we'll resume that with the later weeks. All right? And don't forget to read for your rising and your moon. If your Taurus rising, all that money stuff I was talking about, ooh, yeah. But every Taurus is going to feel it. Now, speaking of which, that first week, so loaded with that Gemini energy. And you've had a lot of that Gemini energy. And this right here, that first week, you got the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Sedna, Hygeia. You got so much happening in that second house of yours. Okay. So once again, that's finances, that's money, that's things that you value. It's material possessions coming into your world. It's all here too. It's self-value and self-worth. And so please communicate. Please network. This is brilliant ideas coming through for you as well. And it's your curiosity in terms of launching new things and starting new things. Now, Wednesday, June 4th, you see what's happening here. You see Venus sextile Jupiter. Oh, you already see what else is happening, right? So Venus sextile Jupiter. This is one of the best aspects, one of the best days of the entire year, okay? Because you got the two benefic planets, Venus and Jupiter, at 29 degrees, at that critical degree, that anaretic degree. This is amazing. Remember, Venus is your ruler, so you're going to feel this. It's a sextile. It's a window of opportunity. So Venus is love and money and creativity and beauty and harmony with the planet of luck and expansion and wisdom, self-belief, all of that. And this is amazing. This is amazing. You're gonna there's stuff, there's a lot happening for you right now. Now, why is it one of the best days? It's not just because of that. You know there's more. It's not even on the whiteboard. I ran out of room. All right? It's talk about suspense. Mercury is also sextiling Mars. Yeah, that's right. That same day. So you got all the interpersonal planets, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, all sextile. I mean, come on. Come on. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I love what's happening for you. And remember, use this. Please take advantage. Make yourself available on this day. You have these 4 planets rolling out the red carpet for you right now, Taurus. They're saying, hey, Taurus, welcome to June. Welcome to June. They got trays of champagne or apple juice, whatever you want. With Mercury Mars, you're just going to feel powerful. You're going to feel sharp. You're going to want to communicate. Now, you see what's happening that same day. Just a few hours after that, Venus leaves Aries, moves into your sign. You know, I said Venus is your ruling planet, so Venus is now at home. Venus is in her domicile. So this is for the entire month. This is comfort. You're going to feel comfortable. You're going to wear a sweatshirt like me. I don't even know where I got this. But this is going to be great. This is your physical world. This is material possessions. Venus, again, rules money, creativity, love, the things that your heart desires, right? Things that bring you pleasure. You're set. You're set. Okay? And self-worth and self-value. So you got Venus in your sign all month from this point forward. But why is this a big deal? Okay? Because you got Venus in her domicile in your sign. At the same time, Jupiter is going to be exalted in Cancer. That's insane for the entire month from that point forward. So Jupiter isn't at home in Cancer. Jupiter would be home in Pisces and Sagittarius. Those are the 2 planets it rules. But when Jupiter's exalted in Cancer, in its exaltation where it does its best, Jupiter's at home on its rooftop wearing sunglasses sitting by the pool. This is insane. Okay? Bonkers. Anyway, get excited. June 8th, you got Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't, listen. Can you please leave comments? Tell me what's going to happen. Tell me what's going to happen. Because a lot of y'all already know. Because of all the things that were happening that last week of May with a new moon in Gemini, a lot of y'all know what's coming. Now, you got Mercury conjunct Jupiter, one of the best aspects, once a year aspect, right? At that 29 degree point, there's this parting gift, this graduation, this culmination point, this peak moment for you, your diploma. So what is this? This is bearing great news. This is luck and optimism and growth and expansion with business deals or, launching a business or contracts and everything that Mercury rules, travel, okay? But you have to remember that Mercury conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, again, your second house. So there's some money stuff here. It's big. It's big. And again, if you're not here for money, you're probably getting something. You're getting a physical gift. You're getting a car. You're getting, you know what I mean? There's something coming into your world that's big. Okay. Also, it's self-worth and self-value. So something here that's making you feel a lot more confident, where you can wear a sweatshirt that's colored in public. Okay. Anyway, there is this level of like learning something as well. Because Mercury and Jupiter, they go hand in hand. They're related. Mercury is, listen, they both rule the mind, right? Mercury's the physical mind. Jupiter's the higher mind. So merge the two. So there is a sense of like learning something around this time as well, right? But it's all for the big picture for you, right? Jupiter, being the ruler for Sagittarius at ninth house energy. So it's all about the big picture, your life purpose. So there's something here spiritual as well, meaningful. It's amazing. Then you see on that same day, yeah, we're not done. We're still on that day. Mercury then moves into Cancer. Hello. That's amazing. So for the next 2 weeks, Mercury, the mind, right? Cancer, the heart and soul, subconscious too. Remember, the moon is a ruler for Cancer. So that's great. This is a time where you're going to be merging the mind with the heart and the subconscious. This great flow state. I talked about HemiSync. Use it. That's great. Cancer rules your third house anyway. Why is that a big deal? Because all this Gemini energy, Gemini is a native ruler of the third house. So you see that overlap here. All that third house activity, you are launching something. There's something you're learning. Maybe you're even teaching. There's something here that you want to do, pursue something new. You're like, I want this breakthrough. I want to do this. You got a lot going on up here, as well as travel. That's going to be a big thing for you. Okay. Short distance travel, communication, big. Launching businesses, Mercury, the mercantile, selling things, starting a website, online business, all on the table for you. Now, here's the thing, Taurus. Yeah, there's a thing. On this day, you do have Mercury square Saturn and Neptune, and you have Venus square Pluto. So this is a day where you're going to feel a little bit of a squeeze as well. So as I always say, vibrate at that high frequency and you'll be fine. This is Mercury. Be mindful of the way that you communicate. And that's all it is. All right. And the way that you're thinking. That's all it is, because you're going to have a big shift in perspective this month. So in a way, I don't mind these squares. Yes, they're just a little bit of energy where you feel that little bit of squeeze. But in the end, you learn something. You got to learn something from it, right? So this is wanting too much power and too much control. Right? All of this squeezed together. A lot of it's going to be something in terms of for you, because you do have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, that is your 12th house. There can be something like in the subconscious, and the lower expression of the 12th house is self-sabotage. So it could be you getting in your own way. So that's why I'm saying keep those lines of communication open. Be mindful of everything that's going up here. With Venus square Pluto, definitely relationships will be tested. All right. So keep that in mind. Be mindful in the way that you're communicating with partnerships, relationships, one-on-one connections. Doesn't matter if it's love or career or your sister, whatever it is. Okay. Your agent, doesn't matter. All right. There is, because it can bring up like jealousy, possessiveness. And it may not be you. It may be the other person. That's what I'm saying. Everyone feels this. Why is this a bigger deal for you out of all the signs? Is because that day the moon will be in Scorpio. Now, if you're a subscriber, I've talked about the moon in Scorpio, right? It is, let's say it has a little kick to it, okay? Can be a little intense, but you're going to have Juno conjunct the moon. Juno, who's Jupiter's wife. So these asteroids and planetoids, I'm not messing around. They are just as important as the planets. Here's the thing. Here's two things for you. One, a lot of this may be career related, right? With Pluto and Aquarius in your 10th house of career. Yeah. Your reputation, things like that. Secondly, Scorpio is your opposite sign. So therefore, partnerships, relationships really, really highlighted for you because Venus is about relationships, right? And then Pluto natively rules your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So, of every sign, it would be you, Taurus. It would be you where there may be some bit of a squeeze where it's just let's have some compromise with a partnership or relationship. And again, it's whatever resonates with you. Every Taurus has a different birth chart, different rising sign that makes you different from every Taurus in the world. Okay. Just remember, vibrate at that high frequency. Everything is energy. You'll be fine and you'll want to because look at what's happening on Monday, June 9th. It's the big day. It's the big day. I know you're in your ball gown on this day. Jupiter enters Cancer. This is the first time since 2013, okay? June 2013 to June 2014. Think about what happened in your life around that time, especially when it has to do with everything that I just said, that Gemini rules, that third house. The main thing would be communication, okay? PR, marketing, advertising, it would be writing, it would be researching, it would be launching businesses, it would be new businesses or starting a website and things like that, social media, all of that, okay? Travel, everything that I just said. That is where you're going to have the most growth, luck, and abundance for an entire year because Jupiter's here until 2020 or 2026, June 2026. And to be honest, this is huge for you. All right. This is because you got to look at everything else that's happening. You got Pluto in your 10th house. You got Saturn, Neptune in your 12th. You got to look at the whole picture. This is insane. So what's happening here is think about what happened 12 years ago. It's a 12-year cycle with Jupiter, right? This is big because, again, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and you got to look at everything else. And when I say that, just pick up the patterns from 2013, 2014. That's all. Because you didn't have Pluto in Aquarius back then. You didn't have Saturn and Neptune in Aries back then. You didn't have Uranus and Gemini back then. It's going to be a very different field this time around. Very different. All right? Now, Jupiter is Jove. I've told you this. He's the king of the gods. He brings luck and good fortune and wisdom and blessings and profit and that promise of abundance. So the main takeaway, though, is optimism and growth, expansion through your life experiences to have appreciation and gratitude, all in the name of becoming wiser. Jupiter wants the best for you. He's going to bat for you. So this is really great. Okay. All in that third house area. And the third house is also like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. It's like a lot of family energy. You're going to feel that all year. All year. Okay? I'll tell you why in a second. It's also neighbors. So some of y'all may have recently moved. Some of y'all may be moving, but you just got that there. All right? And just to give you a little bit of context, because this is happening in your third house, you may not even think at this point any of the things that I said will be a thing for you, but this is Jupiter, okay? So if you're in a place, okay, let me give you an example. When Jupiter was in my third house, that's when I was like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Whoa, I'm getting, a lot of interest, people asking for private bookings. I'm going to start a website. Sold out for the entire year. Do you see what I'm saying? It just came, and that's what's going to happen for you in the next year. Jupiter's going to be so good for you. I mean, because you got so much else happening in home and family and love and true love and career. You got so much happening. Your trajectory, Taurus, even when Uranus leaves your sign next month in July and moves into your second house of finances and money, you gotta trust me here. Okay, this is gonna be big for you. Anyway, the thing I was gonna say is that Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter in Cancer, and this is for everybody. Cancer, remember the moon is a ruler for Cancer, so everyone's going to feel this. Everyone's going to have emphasis on home and family, that domestic sector, okay? That's you. That's you. Real estate, homeland, ancestry, it goes deep. Yeah, your foundations, but also your intuition and your emotions. That's going to be heightened to a whole other level. You got Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house of spirituality and intuition. This is big. And remember, when everybody has intuition, Taurus, everybody. What makes the difference is connecting with it. And you're going to connect in a way that you just never have. So this is amazing. Okay. Cancer, such a very intuitive sign. So really, really wonderful what's happening for you, because when you trust your intuition, when you're in touch with your intuition, you have no self-doubt. Everything makes sense. You know when things are happening. So it's great. Okay. And your maternal side, that's going to be really strong. Maybe your relationship with your mother, all that, Cancerian energy. But biggest thing of all, Jupiter in Cancer, that is emotional growth. That is higher purpose. All right. Home, family, the heart and soul. Cancer is mama bear energy, that security, that nurturing. So you're going to be on your karmic journey. Everything that you learned from 2024 to 2025, right? With Jupiter and Gemini, you're applying it now into this next cycle in your life. So please use this and please look forward to it, because this is really exciting for you, Taurus. Yeah, this is going to transform your life. Jupiter is a greater benefic. Think about that. Benefit, right? Benefactor, beneficiary. You're in good hands. All right. And by the way, Jupiter is, obviously like faith and belief and optimism and higher purpose. That's the main thing here. But remember, Jupiter is going to be aspecting other planets in different areas of your life throughout the year. Like, you are going to have expansion like you've never seen. Now, here's the thing, okay? Yeah. Another thing. Jupiter in Cancer, right? Saturn and Neptune and Ceres in Aries. That's a lot of cardinal energy. So, strong cardinal energy. That's leadership. That's stepping up. That's starting new things. You already have it happening for you in your third house. So out of all the signs, Taurus, you're really going to feel this, okay? Now, more than ever in June. Why? Because Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune, they're all at that 0 to 1 degree point in June. The degrees of new beginnings. So your life is going to change right away. Mm-hmm. And again, you're basically just getting a handoff here from all that Gemini energy, from the new moon, from the conjunctions, for everything that happened. Gemini rules the third house. So there's just a storyline that's playing out for you. That's really amazing. Okay. And you will feel Jupiter right away. Why? Because, wow. Remember how I just said, think about January to March? You know what? Think about last fall. Think about last fall to about March, when Mars was in Cancer, right? That was unusual. We had Mars in Cancer for a long time, okay? But then also remember, Mars was retrograde in Cancer. So again, a lot of just delays. Maybe there were things where your emotion, your heightened, heightened sensitivity, a lot of frustrations. Cancer is the crab, the pinchers can come out, and it does when Mars is in Cancer. Mars gives you no energy in Cancer. He can't do nothing for you when he's in Cancer. He's out. He's out. He's been out for some time now. So what's happening? Jupiter moving into Cancer. Jupiter is moving into Cancer. All right. And so what he's doing, he's going in, he's like, oh gosh, Mars did nothing for you here, Taurus. Let me bring my blessings. Let me grow everything here. Let me bring that luck and good fortune. So you see how everything's going to change for you in a really big way. All right. Now, June 10th. It's not on the calendar. Mars trine Chiron. I talk about it in the live stream. Okay, just take a look at that. That's a big deal for you, especially a lot of okay. We got bigger fish to fry. Wednesday, June 11th, full moon in Sagittarius. So when I talk about Jupiter in Cancer for you for an entire year, don't forget what I said about Jupiter being the native ruler for Sagittarius and Pisces. So what does that mean for you, Taurus? It means that you will also get expansion and luck in your 8th house, money, relationships, right? Your personal transformation. And when I say money, that's shared resources, assets, inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, loans, taxes, all that, right? Joint bank accounts. But remember, you've got the North Node in Pisces already in your 11th house of your future hopes, long-term goals, wishes, dreams. You got Jupiter blessing this area of your chart too with the North Node and your social network. Your support system, 11th house is your friendships, allies, benefactors. You're set. You're good. You're good, Taurus. But anyway, June 11th, full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, this is a Jupiter ruled full moon, 20 degrees. Listen, this is all about self-belief, wisdom, optimism. I call this the full moon of epiphany. You are definitely 1000% going to have a huge shift in perspective because your life is changing so much. All right. This is the time where, full moons are turning points. There are endings, completions. But there's something here where it's for the greater good, where it's for like your life purpose. Remember that Sagittarius energy, the big picture. Yeah. So let things illuminate. This is when you want to focus on your chi, your prana, your, chakras, connecting with the ether. Really, you're going to love this. Remember, Sagittarius does rule your 8th house. So you're going through some big transformation. 8th house is death and rebirth, regeneration. There's a new you coming out of this full moon. And to be honest, Taurus, this full moon, Jupiter will be conjuncting Mercury. Remember that. Mercury will sextile Venus in your sign. I can't. There's something huge coming out of this full moon for you. So use it. Put some things to bed, right? And if you want to think about December 1st, the corresponding new moon that we had, sure. Take a gander, all right? Back in December 1st. But remember, that was we had some retrogrades. Now, remember what I've been saying for months anyway, out with the old, in with the new. Yeah. Now, you see on the 15th, this is one of the reasons why. So this is when you get your first real test from Saturn. Remember, he's making things easy for you. He's like, oh, I moved into a new area of your life. I'm going to let you get a little bit acclimated. And now he's like, okay, here's your first test. And so the 15th, you see, we have 3 squares again. It can be a little bit challenging, right? On this Sunday. Happy Father's Day. You got Mars square Uranus in your sign. So at this point who is going to feel this the most, right? It'll be you. And, another sign. Let's just call them Leo. But there's got to be, and, obviously some other, Aquarians. Listen, you got Mars and Leo, Uranus in your sign in a square. It's 2 fixed signs, right? So there's that, no one's budging, right? Let's start off with this. Remember, I told you earlier, Mars is still trining Chiron. That's great. Okay. So what's going to happen here on Sunday? Well, there's going to be something here where it can be surprising events. It can be the unexpected. Something's just happening, right? You didn't see coming, but also like surprising revelations, rebellious energy within you. There's something like, and for you, yeah, it's going to have to do with career and family are going to be the biggest themes. Yeah, not seeing eye to eye. Here's the thing. I always tell you to use these aspects, okay? Don't let them use you. Because this is thrilling if you use it and make it work for you. Why? Uranus, the great awakener, right? Use it, okay? Mars is a laser. Uranus is like lightning. So this is where you could have your moment of breakthrough where you shake things up. That's what Uranus wants. Remember, you got Uranus trining, the North Node. On top of the Uranus Cazimi, on top of the Uranus, conjunctions, you're used to this at this point. So shake things up, okay? Have your breakthrough. Uranus is freedom. This is happening in your sign. Mars and Leo is your 4th house, home, family. Jupiter is moving into Cancer. I told you you're going to have home, family stuff all month. So there's something here. You've got to shake things up, because if you don't do it, then that's when Uranus and Mars says, okay, we're going to come on in and we're going to be the Tower card. If you used it, it'll be the Star, okay? Or the Fool. Uranus in tarot is attributed to the Fool. All right? So use this, because when I tell you, listen, Mars square Uranus is a fleeting moment. Yeah? What's the bigger thing here? You tell me. I'll tell you. It's Uranus trining Pluto. And right? That's all year. That's all year. Okay? You're going to feel a lot more stronger when Uranus leaves your sign and moves into Gemini in July. That's going to be enormously special. That's your huge, huge breakthroughs. Huge empowerment with career and money and partnerships. That's the big thing for you. So this is a speed bump. Use it. Okay? It's a can of Sprite on the street. Kick it into the recycle bin. That's all you got to do. All right? Now, here's the thing. Both Mars and Uranus at this point, because it is a big deal, all right? Uranus is in your sign. They're telling you, Taurus, they're saying, wakey, wakey. We got a gift for you. We're at 29 degrees. We got a big gift for you, but you got to come get it, okay? You got to come get it. So go get it. Shake things up, all right? Or adapt to changes or circumstances that are changing in your world. They're happening for you. Jupiter square Saturn, I talk about in your overview, the live stream, all right? And listen, you've already gone through 2 of these. So the good news is it's the last one. This is it. It's over. We had this in August. We had it in December. Go back to any of those forecasts too if you want to see what Jupiter square Saturn is for you, but it's over. This is the last one. Jupiter expands. Saturn restricts. How will you work with that energy? I've told you week after week after week after week, wax on, wax off. Practice patience. That's all you got to do. There's something that's going to test your patience. Mr. Miyagi. All right. Now, but it's the last one. So that's great. What comes after? It's part of a cycle. You know what happened in 2020? You were there. We were all there with the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. December 2020. We were all there for that. This is a 20-year cycle. Okay. This is part of that cycle. Jupiter-Saturn square. This is it. So you get through this, it's over. What's on the other side of this? Jupiter trine Saturn. And trines are the nature of Jupiter. So you got something great to look forward to. Just get over the speed bump. The last one is Jupiter square Neptune. That one's a big one. It's, remember, lower frequency, illusion, delusion, confusion, escapism, and self-sabotage. Remember, it's in your 12th house of self-sabotage. But if you vibrate at that higher frequency, you attach yourself to those higher frequencies of Neptune and Aries, which is compassionate and kindness, imagination, all of that, okay? So with Jupiter square Neptune, yeah, something's going to test your belief system. Or vice versa. All right. The other thing is here, there could be something here about wishful thinking. Like you're thinking that you're getting something, but you didn't put effort in for it. You didn't do the work for it because Saturn's here. And remember, Saturn makes you work for things and then he rewards you. So anyway, just have faith in yourself. You're going to be fine. Vibrate at the high frequency of gratitude and love and compassion. And when you do that anyway, when you're being your authentic self, you don't even feel any of this. All right. Here's the thing. Tuesday, June 17th, you got Mars moving into Virgo. That's a big deal. Holy cow. Listen, you got a cowbell. It's a cowbell moment. You got Mars entering Virgo. The first time in 2 years, Mars will be here for 2 months. Very different energy from Mars and Leo. You being an earth sign like Virgo, you are going to vibe with this a lot. A lot. You're going to love Mars and Virgo. And I absolutely love Mars and Virgo. It's very grounded. It's practical. Mars is drive, action, libido. It is Virgo. Virgo does rule your fifth house. So what does that mean? You're going to have a lot of passion, a lot of activity, energy. That things are going to be happening for the next 2 months for you in your fifth house of pleasure, joy, love, true love, romance, family, children, procreation, sex. Y'all are going to have kids. You got Venus in your sign. Of course you're going to have kids and a lot of, bunny stuff. But anyway, this is a big thing. It's a big thing. Fifth house is also creative projects. Yeah. You're good. You're already good. Now, the other thing is Virgo just naturally rules the sixth house. So it is a lot of work stuff here too. Work and service to others, health. There's going to be focus on your health, but you got Jupiter in Cancer. You got great stuff. Okay. Remember, you also have the fact that Mars natively rules your seventh house, big energy around partnerships and relationships. And it's wherever that energy is, love, work, wherever you want it. It's big. All right. So now, you're probably, I talk about this in the live stream. Just mark June 18th on your calendar. There's possibly something from February 24th coming up around this time. Okay. Something that you wanted, you didn't get, you're going to get it around June 18th. Think about what happened February 24th. Now, I'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. Friday, June 20th. Happy summer. Happy solstice and happy winter in the southern hemisphere. The sun moves into Cancer. It's officially summer. We'll talk about this more in your weekly forecast. But, obviously, this is a big deal. Solstice is a big deal. But at this point, you got Mercury, the sun, and Jupiter in Cancer, a stellium, amplifying your third house. This is huge. Just remember, this is all for your emotional growth, your higher purpose, mindset changing. Now, you have June 22nd, Mars sextile Jupiter. What can I tell you? Like, a lot of y'all are getting married. A lot of y'all are there's just so much happening for you. There's just so much happening for you. I can't even keep up with Taurus at this point. There's so much happening for you. Just know that Mars sextile Jupiter. When was the last time you heard me say that? This is rare. We actually don't even get this again in 2026. We have to wait until September 2027. So this is going to be big. It's a big charge up. We'll talk about your weekly forecast, but look at what it's charging up. Tuesday, June 24th, the sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. That happens once a year. It's a sun and Jupiter. That's the luckiest aspect. That's luck. That's great. And remember, you got Jupiter in Cancer exalted. Come on. This is big, wonderful. Something's developing for you. Something really big is happening for you. Some of y'all are going to feel it the day before, days before, on the day of, days after. There's a big thing happening here for you. Okay, as part of your story and a new storyline as well for a lot of y'all. And some of y'all may not see anything on the day. It could be something that is developing and brewing and you start seeing it emerging like days after, a week later. That every Taurus is different. Remember that. However, look at what's happening. It's happening at the same time as the new moon on Wednesday the 25th, the new moon in Cancer. And that's at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning. So this is pretty much on top of the Jupiter Cazimi that's happening June 24th. That's why it's one of the best new moons. There's many other reasons why I'm going to tell you, but plant seeds, set intentions. Again, this is your third house. So anything with everything that I mentioned earlier. A lot of y'all are going to be taking really fun trips. A lot of y'all are going to be signing contracts. A lot of y'all are going to be starting new businesses, maybe side hustles, side gigs, starting a website, writing a book. Oh, there's just so much happening for you here. Remember, this is a 6-month cycle. Okay, so really love this for you. And remember, it's happening at the same time Mars is sextiling Jupiter. Mercury sextile Uranus in your sign. That's why it's one of the best days for you. Yeah. That's when you get surprise news, or you announce something to the world, or you know what I mean, like out of nowhere or surprising, or there's, Uranus, remember, breakthroughs. You got the sun sextile Mars at the same time. You have Mercury moving into Leo, which we'll talk about, the weekly forecast. You got Mercury trine Saturn and Neptune at the same time. Like when I say that's the luckiest day, I mean, and the luckiest new moon, I mean, Taurus, I'm excited for you. Okay, let's get started. Taurus, let's see what's going on for you. For June 2025, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Taurus, y'all, come on. Y'all crack me up. Taurus, I do a traditional call to cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Taurus, come on. Y'all are amazing. You really are going through one of the biggest changes. I mean, you're coming out of a cycle with Uranus in your sign since 2018 anyway. That's all ending. And remember, I told you Uranus doesn't do well in your sign. It does a million times better in Gemini. Like your life is changing. Let's get started. You get everything. You get the bell. You get the whole family here. You get the whole Adams family. I'll give you Ted Lasso. Okay, you're good. You're really good. I'll give you a mic drop too. Let's get started. You got the Six of Cups. This is gonna be easy. This is a breezy one. Six of Cups. There you go. There you go. You're moving into this month feeling good. This is a card where you're in touch with your inner child. There's so much innocence. It's like stress free. It's like comfort, security. This is the biggest house in tarot, by the way. Remember, you got a lot of house, home energy, children energy. A lot of that's happening, okay? So you're going to feel it. Six is harmony. And so this is really, really wonderful because this is letting your hair down. Long hair, no care. You got Venus moving into your sign. It's all about you. But there's connections here that feels really sweet and special. It is Cups, all right? And this card actually is attributed to Scorpio. So remember, there may be something there with partnerships, relationships anyway, in any capacity, yeah? We have that energy. It feels really good. And that high frequency, all that love and compassion and gratitude that lives in the Six of Cups brings you to that Ten of Pentacles moment. This is a card drop. You have it in the heart of your spread. You see how big this is? What do you see in this card? You see the pentacles raining from the heavens. What I tell you about money, right? In the form of the tree of life. They're forming the tree of life. Yeah? This is a whole other dimension. This is your coming into your physical realm. The Ten of Pentacles. Appreciating, having gratitude for what you have in your life. Remember, that's what Venus in your sign is. You have no idea how insane this is. All right? So look at the three generations of family here. You see the harvest. You see how big that castle is. You've got a lot happening for you. And just wait until Mars moves into Virgo. I told you that's going to be life-changing. This card is attributed to Mars in Virgo. The third decan of Virgo. It's amazing. Anyway. Nine of Swords. You recognize that guy, right? You saw your last week's reading, right? So, that's good news. In your challenge area, look at your entire spread. There's something you're coming out of here. What do you think it is? You overthinking. It's you overanalyzing. It's you making up with someone that maybe you haven't been seeing eye to eye with. But at the same time, though, another thing that's coming through is like that other person. Yeah, that's someone that you might have to be very, just mindful on how you communicate with that person. There's also something here that it feels like you could be telling someone some news where they're in like, what? Like you maybe like ending a relationship or, telling your boss you're leaving to start your own company, whatever it is. There just may be somebody who's like, oh no, you were the best. And so just be, mindful of that. This is your month, okay? and you're feeling it. You're feeling a lot of power. You got the emperor in your crown. Amazing. This is power. This is wisdom. Look at his long white beard, right? Look at his cloak. It's red, passion, power. Look at his armor. Underneath, he's protected. He's fully protected. You're protected. You're fully protected. You're good. He's got the world in his hand. You got your destiny in your hands. You know it. You're going to feel good this month. The Queen of Pentacles, too. I told you about that money. Okay? You're going to feel good. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, she's the richest queen, but she's also very maternal. So this is you. Remember what I said, your life purpose, and also the big shift in perspective that you're going to have this month. But also, you got Venus in your sign. That's what this is as well. Because she has this, really nice maternal side. This is also Jupiter in Cancer, all about the home, right? And family. So she has the resources to build the world that she wants to live in, envisioning it with the people that she wants to take care of. You see her hands underneath the pentacle? That's giving. That's selfless. This is our world, not my world, our world. So there's a sense of something that you're building or have built, and you feel that security. You're feeling there's so much security here. Yeah, so much security here. Here, the Emperor. I told you he's wearing armor, security. Same thing here. You're good. I'm gonna show you one last thing. You see the little bunny rabbit in the corner? Yeah. It's that representing like fertility and growth in your physical world. That's what Pentacles are. Your physical realm, as well as money. Now, yeah, the Ace of Swords in your future. Hello, big breakthrough. Especially up here, I told you you gotta have that mindset shift in perspective. That's life changing. It's an ace, new beginning, new opportunity, new cycle. That's a powerful. It's the biggest sword. With great power comes great responsibility. All right. Now, the other thing is you see the crown. You see there's so much happening in this card, but this is like signing contracts. This is like new things that have to do. Swords are communication, things like that. Yeah, up here as well. This is like mental breakthrough as well. But even still, like I said, I would not be surprised if you sign something. Anyway, you're good. Let's get to your stuff. What a month. What a month. Taurus, y'all are amazing. Yeah, come on. Taurus, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Taurus, yeah, you know I love you. All right, so, oh my gosh, Taurus, what is going on? All right, so, well, A, you're good. You know it. I have a funny story for you here. That's why I left. 10 of Wands. It's it. That's it. It's over. I told you, out with the old, in with the new. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So, wonderful. Just don't take on too much. Please pay attention to Jupiter square Saturn and Jupiter square Neptune and Mars square Uranus on the 15th. We'll talk about it in your weekly forecast, okay? That's what this is. This is what's happening. And even that full moon. Okay. Pay attention. What do you got to let go? Okay. To see your way forward. All right. Don't overextend yourself. Don't expend yourself in areas where you don't need to. Okay. And secondly, don't take on other people's responsibilities. You got enough on your plate. You got big changes happening in your life. But 10 is the end. All right. So drop a wand or two. You're going to be fine. Just, when you do that, you'll see where you're going. He can't see where he's going. But be proud of yourself. You're at the end, right? Now, you got the world, speaking of the end. So this is new. Like, everything is changing. I told you, your entire life is changing this month. You see it right here, the world in your external factors area. The end of the major arcana. This is one long journey that I told you. Even just coming out of that, Uranus moving into your sign, it's leaving your sign, is that 29-degree point. That's just one cycle out of many. You just be very proud of yourself. You got a dancing figure here in the middle, dancing for a reason. Okay, there's a sense of accomplishment and achievement, and Even what I said, with all these planets at like that 29-degree point, it's like all at the end as they move into new signs. So really nice. And this is your journey. You're here. You see, the four fake signs are here, by the way. Anyway, that's just like that stability moving forward. But here's the thing. When I say it's the end, think about your journey that you've been on, okay? That's what this is, okay? This is, again, end of the major arcana. Through the major arcana, there was like polarities. There was a lot that you went through. There's this, this is the merging of it all. This is you made it. Here it is. The wreath referencing the Fool, card 0. Yeah, that comes after this new cycle, new journey. Now, whoa. So what happened last week, by the way, is that if you are a tier 3 member, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just put it that way. But I did clarify. Remember, you had there, okay? And then when I was doing the spread for the tier 3 members, I was like, I want to see. I'm going to clarify that for you. All right. So that was it. This is interesting now because where it falls in your stuff, that's that one thing that you're just like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to feel like someone's taking up all my energy, all my time. I don't want to feel like someone has this control over me. I don't want to feel like that. I feel chained to the relationship, whether work, toxic boss, whether a partner that, we both recognize it's not working, or I'm in a friends with benefit situation. But deep down inside, I truly want like a relationship. I want kids. I want a family. I want all of that. Remember that self-sabotage energy that I told you to watch out for. All right. So I like where it's in your staff though, because it's saying like, I want to break free. Use that Uranus where that's happening. All right. So the other thing is some of y'all may come to a point this week or this month where you will have to face something here. All right. Where it's like, all right, this is your test. This is your test. Can you break free from this? Because once you do, that's what's going to shift everything for you. All right. Remember, you're going to feel really empowered. You got a lot of great stuff here happening. 8 of Swords and your final outcome. Interesting. Eight of Swords, 9 of Swords, 2 Gemini cards. Remember, this is all about the mind. Yeah. So 8 of Swords. What did we say that it was? 8 of Swords. Oh, you didn't get it. So 8 of Swords is the self-victim card. We call it the self-victim card. And you've got Saturn and Neptune in these squares in your 12th house. The lower expression of the 12th house is self-sabotage. All right. It's also hidden enemies. So there may be some things revealed this month where you thought someone that was actually supporting you actually wasn't. And now you're like, I don't know what to do about this. Right. So just be very open to things that are going to end, but use your power to have those endings, right? That you need to, because you're on a brand new journey. And once you make room, you got so much coming through. Okay. You have a lot coming through, and it's all testing your self-worth, self-value, all of that. All right. So, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah. And with the fact that you have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, y'all listen, I think I told you this in the beginning. That is your 12th house. That is the subconscious. Listen. Our conscious that's only like 5-10% of our brain. Everything goes through there. It filters. It all goes in our subconscious. The subconscious is always there. Anyway, this is more conscious, but let's break it down week by week. Okay, so there's something you got to face here. Face your reality and don't put yourself in that situation. Her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. So that's the same with you. There's a lot happening this month, and it may be some of these new things where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so new. It's so new. I don't know. It's so new. And then you have those squares and Saturn's testing you on that new thing that you thought, oh, I didn't think that, I was going to be tested by Saturn. So, you got to face it. That's what makes you strong. Right? Challenges is what makes you grow. Let's break it out week by week. Taurus, first week of June. Yeah, you got Venus sextiling Jupiter, Venus moving into your side. You got so many great things happening for you. Mercury moving into Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you, Taurus, first week of, June. There you go. 8 of Cups. Do it. Yeah. That's your month. Walk away from anything that doesn't serve you well. That's your power. What I talk about that red robe here, right? Passion, power. You see that here? He's moving to higher ground. Do it. Something serves you better. Cups are intuition. It is not even a full moon. That's an eclipse. So it is game changing. But even still, trust your intuition. Be in touch with your emotions and move forward from whatever you need to. All right. I feel like there really may be something here with a friendship, to be honest, as well. It seems like there's one ending. Anyway, second week. Jupiter moving into Cancer. That's the big thing. You got Mars trine Chiron. There's a listen. Let's just stick with Jupiter moving into Cancer, Mars trine Chiron, and then you got all those squares, okay? The Jupiter squares and Mars. But what a wonderful week with Jupiter. Yeah. That's the week of the full moon in Sagittarius too. Okay, so you're gonna be good. You just got the Ace of Cups. This is rapturous. This is intense pleasure and joy. This is not even looking at the cup half full. It's the cup overflowing. So, new relationship or new dream job or having a baby, whatever. It's like tears of joy. That's what's happening. Do you see what you're moving into? You got to walk away from something, not like, right? You got to step into your power. You got the Ace of Cups, new beginning. That's big. You and your 2 aces. Come on, Taurus. Third week. Third week is when we got Mars moving into Virgo. I love that for you. We're moving into Cancer season. So much other happening, but those are just big. Those are big. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week of June. You got the 3 of Pentacles. I'm not surprised with the 3 of Pentacles. I was actually expecting. I'm like, where is that? Because that's what's happening for you with everything that you were going through with the last 2 weeks of May, but then also with Jupiter moving into Cancer. Okay, so this is working with others to build something new. Amazing. Okay. But this is, at the end of the day, all about teamwork. But you see the pentacles are actually in the structure of the building here. So there is that longevity. There's that stability. 3 is a vibration of the Empress. Creation. New beginnings. So amazing. Some of y'all are going to be, when I say y'all are starting new things, there's a sense of like learning here as well. Like, yeah, everything that I said, everything that's happening astrologically is just, it just confirms it. Last week, the luckiest day. Okay, luckiest new moon, everything. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of June. You even have Mercury sextile Uranus. There you go, 2 of Pentacles. So it does look like there's going to be some decision. That's the thing. This is, like balancing act, right? He's a juggler here. So it's the Pentacles as well. So it does seem like even with that 10 of Wands that popped up, you're gonna have to decide something here. There may be some opportunities, and it's just like, I don't want to give this up, but how do I, do this where I'm not working 60 hours a week, or you're gonna have to prioritize one thing over the other because there is a little bit of imbalance in the 2 of Pentacles, but it's great. Okay, as long as you have that balance, it's fine. You're moving into something new, as you can see. Look at these early cards. You got that 2, 3, ace. You're moving into something brand new this entire month. So by the end of the week, there may just be some big opportunities or things that have already come through. And now it's just like, I got to prioritize some things. All right. Taurus, y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Okay. So you see that you have a big month. That's insane. There's this new chapter in a big way. You got these 2 10s. You got the world. You got these 2 aces. That 3 of there's new stuff happening. Just don't get in your own way. Okay. You're amazing, Taurus. Next week, you know what we're doing. And then let's see. If you like this reading, it would be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And yeah, second spread. Oh, we're gonna go deep. We'll look at everything. All right, career, love, all that stuff. Y'all are amazing. Taurus, we're going to see what cards overlap here too, because those are what you really want to pay attention to. Taurus, y'all are amazing. Anyone's welcome to join. I'll see you very soon. I love this for you. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.